Hey everybody, I feel like it's been a while. I feel like it's been a lifetime. If you're wondering what I have in my hand, it's a arrow that I've made. I've been doing a lot lately, a lot of learning, a lot of getting out there, a lot of embodying the type of man that I want to be in this world. But that also means being on social media a little bit less. That also means, the things that I'm working on are taking longer. I have a full-time job. I'm working with a school of self-reliance. I'm helping them out here in California. The LA fires just threw a lot of things that, the monkey wrench, and I don't know the fuck, you know what I'm saying. A lot of things that I had planned, a lot of things that I wanted, that I was kind of forcing to happen, went up into smoke. Like literally went up into smoke. Now some of those ideas are solid, but now it's like, okay, how are we gonna pivot? How am I gonna take this huge shift, this huge change? And I'm still focusing on holistic health. I'm still focusing on men's health, sacred masculine spirituality. And honestly, what I've come out of this is that I want to teach, I want to educate, and I want to give information for free as much as I can. So this is just a hodgepodge of things. It might seem kind of chaotic. It might seem like I'm all over the place. Like I'm focusing on Jungian psychology, masculine psychology, and I'm focusing on masculine spirituality. And then I'm focusing on herbs and focusing on primitive skills. The reason I do that is because they're all related, is because I see them as an interconnected web of things. I see them that they're all fundamentally growing us closer to earth. Like to feel our feet on the ground, on the grass, on the dirt, like doesn't that feel in your heart and in yourself, like that primitive human? Like it just feels like we are on earth and we're grounded and we're part of it. So getting into primitive skills, learning about our psyche, learning about ourselves spiritually, and taking a step back and learning when to work hard and be disciplined, and also when to step back and be receptive, are all important parts of having a better life, having a more fulfilling life on this earth, and whatever lies beyond the material world. So for me, that balance between spirituality and science is what I basically stand for. I might use approaches of like shadow work, subconscious reprogramming. I'll use alchemy, alchemical principles, astrology, herbalism, and these are all connected in my mind. These are all connected. I feel it in me. So I feel like it has to come through me, and I'm trying to connect these things, and it's just a massive undertaking when, in this matrix, in this 3D world, you have a job. And I have a pretty brutal job. The past 2 weeks I've been going in at 2 a.m., 1:45 a.m. and it's been hard. It's been hard on my body, especially when I'm trying to help out the School of Self-Reliance in California, which is, I didn't even explain what that was, but it's a survival school in LA, based out of LA. Christopher Nierges, my mentor who teaches it, has been doing this for 50 years. 50 years, right? Like I mean, my parents were still minors at that age. They were still like children, basically. It's crazy to think that I'm having this direct mentorship, and so much has happened in the past few months. So much has happened that I feel like I'm coming back. And I know I keep saying I'm going to make a video about this and about this, and I don't like saying that and not committing to it. Trust me, it's all there. I'll be genuinely honest. I've been overwhelmed, overworked, and getting very close to burnout. So I have to take care of my health and, do things, even if they're a bit slow, they're with intention and they're leading to something. Sadly, in this world, like a lot of things, finances, I have a lot of goals. I want to take care of my mom. I want to take care of my dad. I want to take care of my debt. I could just leave the world and forget all about it, but it just doesn't sit right with me. I don't have to do any of that. But as of now, this is what I feel I want to take care of before I venture into like the craziest adventure of my life. But it's still an adventure. It's still a lot of fun. I like, look at me, like I'm doing all these things I never would have thought of. And I'm happy. Like I'm so exhausted and tired, but I'm happy. I feel fulfilled. I feel like I'm actually creating something. A few years ago, I would never have imagined I'd be here. If you've seen any of my videos, I share how I've struggled. I legitimately, for most of my life, I didn't want to exist. I didn't want to be on this earth. I was suicidal, depressed, anxious. I had CPTSD. Well, I still have remnants of the CPTSD, but overall, it's okay. It's under control. I have awareness of it, and I catch myself not breathing deeply, so it's kind of funny. So let me take a deep breath. Yeah, all this is because I started aligning to my purpose, aligning to what I'm passionate about, aligning to what the masculine, the divine, sacred masculine is supposed to embody. I've met the most incredible people, one of my closest friends. So it's just a beautiful what life can turn into. Just 3 years ago, I was still very depressed, still in the middle of CPTSD, ADHD, had very low confidence, I wouldn't be doing this at all. I was heartbroken and I was not in a good place at all. I was struggling still every day, but every day I did show up. Even when I was struggling, I did show up. And it's in those small moments that the changes occur. It wasn't like me doing ayahuasca, and I have nothing against plant medicine. I really have a lot of reverence and respect for it, but it wasn't the ayahuasca ceremony. It wasn't the cacao. It wasn't astrology reading. It wasn't this one single thing. Although those things can become something, it could push you, it could bring a new perspective, it could connect you to your higher self or whatever it is. But really, it's the day-to-day things. One simple task, one simple thing. And I keep repeating this in a lot of my videos, my CPTSD videos, my ADHD videos. I say that because it really is a day-to-day, and it could be just one small simple thing. Because for me, it started with a simple thing of journaling. That's it, journaling. One sentence a day at least, no excuses. It doesn't matter if I was gone all day, I was at the beach, I was hanging out, drinking, whatever I was doing, because I think I was drinking at the time still. I was like, I don't care how exhausted I am. I could open up that journal, write like 8 words, whatever, and boom, I did it. And I felt good. Like, of course, I was a little like, damn, I could have written more if I was a little bit more disciplined. But the fact that I kept one promise meant I could trust myself. And when we trust ourselves, we start to align. And there's so many facets of this. That's why I'm trying to break it down simply, not to overwhelm anybody. And the facets that I focus on are the 3: the mind, the body, the spirit. And in alchemy, this is the salt, the sulfur, and the mercury. The salt being the physical, the physical body. You want to have a clean body, detox, and be healthy, strong, etc. The mercury is the spirit which is also psychological, the mental, the intellectual. And then there's sulfur, which is the soul. It's consciousness, is God. It's a transcendent principle. So that's kind of how I'm categorizing things right now, and trying to okay, physical, herbalism, holistic health. Mercury, which is the spirit, is Jungian psychology, subconscious reprogramming, and all this other all these different modalities that focus on the mind and focus on creating a clear channel. And then there's sulfur, the spirit, which is consciousness. It's God. It's connecting to your higher self. It's the oneness, right? It's where duality melts away. And it's the sacred masculine and the divine feminine. But I want to emphasize this, even though I do talk about polarity and duality, there's always a transcendent principle beyond that. The union, right? The divine union, which is also something that in Jungian psychology they speak about. That's where the soul or the sulfur comes into mind for me. So I'm breaking this down. It's just taking time because my job, it really takes so much out of me. It's not soul crushing. I don't hate it, but it's not aligned. And I'm slowly creating the foundation to finally jump into it and be able to create something valuable for this world. So for now, the videos, the education, that's what I'm giving. I haven't made a single cent from this at all. And I've been at this for over a year, almost 2 years. Yeah, like a year and a half. And, I love it. I love being able to share and connect with people. I love the opportunities that come. I just love learning. So why not give that gift to the world while I can? So if you really enjoy this message, I know it's a bit of a ramble, and maybe this is your first time even seeing me. You don't even know who I am or what I'm about. But if you resonate with any of that, I invite you to subscribe and to comment below or like the video, because it does help the algorithm. It helps me out and helps get this message out. So for this video, I want you to comment, is there, especially if you're a man, or it doesn't matter actually, but if you're a man especially, like what primitive skill or what outdoor skill would you consider is the most grounding for you? Just for the sake of survival, why is it important for men and for you to learn the certain type of skill? Like for me, creating a bow and arrow isn't as important as, let's say, learning how to fish, for example. It's still something so grounding that our ancestors knew how to do. Please let me know what primitive skill you feel is most grounding for you. And if you like this type of content, I invite you to subscribe to the newsletter. That's the best way to get, any type of nuggets of information, anything that I'm going to publish, any blogs, because I do have a website and I publish blogs, which are more comprehensive than me speaking. It's a different medium, and some people do prefer to read. You can catch it all there. I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak about something I'm very passionate about, something that I want to see more out there. I know there are people out there that are interested in this type of information, that want to become better, and especially men that feel lost. that feel broken like I did, that feel like they're the only ones out there. You know, even a year ago, I was like, damn, like maybe I'm just never going to meet my tribe. Maybe I'm never going to, you know, there's so many limiting beliefs, but so much of that has been shattered. So keep going. Keep becoming that man, becoming that type of person, and you will start to attract it into your life. I promise you. It takes a bit of patience. It takes testing. You know, it will test your limits, but I will say it is well worth it. Thank you again. I will hopefully catch you in the next video. And this is Nate Rocks checking out.